Welcome back, my YouTube channel subscribers, to Big Bill Anderson's Death Tours. I am here at 10400 Columbus Street, and I'm in Los Angeles here at a very infamous location. On January 21st, 1959, in this house right here, little rascal Alfalfa Switzer, Carl Alfalfa Switzer, died of an apparent gunshot wound to the groin area in a fight over $50. Carl Alfalfa Switzer began his career as a child actor in the mid-1930s, appearing in the Our Gang short subject series as Alfalfa. He was one of the series' most popular and best remembered characters. After leaving the series in 1940, when he was 12 years old, he struggled to find substantial roles owing to typecasting. As an adult, he appeared mainly in bit parts and B-movies. Switzer did have a small part in the 1946 classic Christmas film It's a Wonderful Life. In the 1950s, Switzer turned to television. Between 1952 and 1955, he made 6 appearances on The Roy Rogers Show. He had a bit part as a Hebrew slave in the Cecil B. DeMille classic, The Ten Commandments. Switzer's final film role was in the 1958 drama The Defiant Ones, ironically playing a hunter with tracking dogs. Besides acting, Switzer bred and trained hunting dogs and guided hunting expeditions. Among his notable clients were Roy Rogers and Dale Evans, James Stewart, and Henry Fonda. In January 1958, Switzer was getting into a car in front of a bar in Studio City when a bullet smashed through the window and struck him in the upper arm. Needless to say, all through his life, he was not a very popular person. Even as a child, he played outrageous pranks on film production people as well as his fellow actors in the show. In December of 1958, Switzer was arrested for cutting down 15 pine trees in the Sequoia National Forest, and he was sentenced to a year's probation and ordered to pay a $225 fine, which would be the equivalent of $2,000 today. What brought him to this house was that Switzer had agreed to train a hunting dog for Moses Samuel Stilts. The dog was lost, having run after a bear, and Switzer offered a $35 reward for its return. A few days later, a man found the dog and brought it to the Studio City bar, where Switzer worked part-time as a bartender. Switzer paid the man a $35 reward and bought him $15 worth of drinks. Several days later, Switzer and his friend Jack Piot, a 37-year-old unit still photographer, decided that Moses Stilts should repay Switzer the reward money for the dog. Shortly before 7 p.m. that evening, January 21st, 1959, Switzer and Piot went to this house where Stilts was staying to collect the $50. $400 today would be the equivalent. They felt Stilts owed Switzer. Stilts later testified that the coroner's jury that Switzer had banged on the door saying, "Let me in or I'll kick in the door." Once inside, he and Stilts began to argue. Switzer said, "I want that $50 you owe me, and I mean now." When Stilts refused to hand the money over, the men began to fight. Switzer allegedly struck Stilts with a glass dome clock, which caused him to bleed from his left eye. Stilts retreated to his bedroom and returned with a .38 revolver. Switzer grabbed the gun, resulting in a shot being fired that struck the ceiling. Switzer forced Stilts into a closet, although Stilts had regained his revolver. Switzer allegedly pulled a knife and screamed, "I'm going to kill you." Fearing Switzer was about to attack, Stilts shot him in the groin. Switzer suffered massive internal bleeding and was pronounced dead on arrival at the hospital. The shooting was judged to be self-defense. However, years later, this became very controversial as there were other witnesses in the house that came with a different story that says Alfalfa was murdered. The judge in this case ruled it was self-defense, and that's what stuck. Carl Alfalfa Switzer was interred at Hollywood Forever Cemetery. Having died the same day as the legendary director Cecil B. DeMille, his death received only minor notice in most newspapers, as DeMille's obituary dominated the columns. Thank you for watching my YouTube channel, subscribers. Wanted to bring you another location on my never-ending quest to find interesting places to visit and parts of Hollywood history. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, ring that notification bell. It'll alert you for more future videos. Thank you, my friends.
I'm not in the mood. Please. Hurry, please. Come on, darling. Yep, glass water, please. Why, surely. Come on, darling.